Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to install the beatsonic ENA 2T3. Come on, let's begin. Alright, so again, this is the beatsonic ENA 2T3. This is the Encore Alpha plug-and-play car audio amplifier. So this actually connects directly to your stock head unit. On my case, I have an Android head unit from Car Trim Home, and basically that one uses the factory harness. So this can definitely plug in like I'm installing it on a factory head unit. Again, this is made to work on select 2018 and up Toyota models. I'll put a complete list of models that this is compatible with. So first, let's check here in the box what we have. So we have some specs in here. So output, 45 watts speaker, 4 of them, okay, at 4 ohms, 14.4 volts. We have a speaker impedance of 4 ohms to 8 ohms, and an amplifier class AB. So it has an input of 4 high level speaker input, got 4 RCA, and for output, got 4 speaker output. Frequency response 15 hertz to 80 kilohertz. Okay, that's like +0 to -1 dB. Total harmonic distortion is 0.01% or 1 kilohertz at 4 ohms. Operating voltage 11 volts to 15 volts. Max current draw is 15 amps. Quiescent current is 200 milliamp. So it has some protections basically for short circuit, reverse polarity, and heat protection. So this is very small, 96 millimeter by 114 by 40, and it only weighs 420 grams, okay, excluding the harness. So let's open this up. And also, this is made in Japan. All right, Beatsonic is basically a Japanese company, and they have a USA branch out in California. So if you want to check them out, just go to Beatsonic website. That's beatsonicusa.com. You can also follow them on their social media, like on their Facebook and also on YouTube. So let me open this up. All right. So let's see what we have here. So of course, we have the harness. The harness comes with some Japanese warning in here. So basically it just tells you where you're gonna plug it in. It says connector location. So it shows in there. It says battery, so it's labeled battery in there. It comes with some pads. So this is adhesive padding and some Velcro. And it got some important warning in here. So amplifier gain is set 50% at factory. You just have to do this later. Okay, just follow that. And we have some connection diagram in here. This is the user manual basically, or instruction manual. So we just have to follow this. And it should be a straightforward install. So this is the actual amplifier. Again, very small. Heavy duty, again, for its size. It is light, but it feels premium. So let's see here. There you go. So it got the fuse in there, 15 amp fuse, and it has high level input in here, and another connection for the harness. I think this goes here, and this one goes here. All right. And then this is the adjustment for the gain. We're gonna use this on our stock speakers basically, except our dash. So our dash got the infinity dash speakers. So yeah, so let's go in the car. We'll remove our Android head unit, and if you want to watch the video on how to remove, how to install the head unit, I'll put the link up here and you can watch how to remove it. All right, so again, let's proceed. All right, so for this one we need a small pry tool on this, and we're going to remove this cover in here. So just pop this out. Okay, so basically just pull this out, and then if you have an Android head unit like me, you'll only have 2 bolts in there, and if you have the factory head unit, you'll have 4 bolts in here. All right, so we just need to remove this 2, and we're gonna pull out the head unit. All right, next is we're gonna pull this out. Okay, we're gonna put it here in the top, and we're gonna find the plug that we need to work on. We're going to work on this plug in here and this black one in here. So again, if you have a factory head unit, this gray plug in here is the one that we need to work on, and the black one. So these are plugged in at the back of your head unit. So also check this plug in here. Yeah, so check this gray plug in here. Check the pin out for this one. So if you see that there's one empty slot in here, okay, beside this gray wire, you may need to do this modification that we will do on the beatsonic harness, because that wire, okay, in the middle, this gray wire, okay, so right below this wire, this thick wire, then there's this tiny gray wire. Okay, that will be the 12 volts accessory, I think. So we need to do some modification, not on this one, on the beatsonic harness. That's where we're gonna do the modification. We're not gonna touch this, because if you see here on the Android head unit, it matches it. Okay, so right below the yellow wire, okay, so there's an empty slot in there. Then we have this red wire, and I'll show you the one on the beatsonic, how this is pinned out on the beatsonic. All right, so this is the solution that I've come up with. So for testing purposes, I put some jumper pin in there just to connect the red and the white one. Okay, so this 2 needs to be connected. Okay, this 2 needs to be connected, the red and the white one, which is sitting side by side. Okay, so because on the factory pin out, where this red is connected, there's nothing in there on the factory, so it's not getting anything. So it's the white wire in here that's getting the power, which is feeding to nothing basically on the other end. That's why when we do this, it will provide power on our amp. Okay, so I test that. I'll remove this jumper that I installed in here, and I'm gonna use my T-tap that I custom made. So, but all you need to do basically is just connect these 2 wires. This might be an overkill, but I'll remove that jumper because I don't feel safe leaving that in there. So yeah, so I'm just gonna use this instead. Okay, so all we need to do is tap on one end and just clip that in, and do the same thing on the red wire. There you go. So I'm gonna test this if it gets power or not. All right, so I use my multimeter tool here and confirm that we're getting powered. So again, this is an overkill, The position on this one might be on the wrong position right now because it kind of opened up the wiring, so we can bend it. Okay, so that's no issue. Now let's proceed with the install on the amp. All right, so let's do quick testing first. So let's plug it in what needs to be plugged. So again, this is very easy. Again, my vehicle, this RAV4 is a 2021 RAV4. No JBL, just regular head unit, and then replaced it with an Android head unit from Car Trim Home. I also compare the plug on my dasaita head unit, which is an Android head unit also, and it is the same pin out. So if you're using a dasaita head unit and if you decided to install the beatsonic amplifier, plug and play amplifier, you may need to do this minor modification on the wiring. All right, very easy. We're gonna put the ground. The ground can be put on here. So let's just work on that. And then later on, we'll do the final install on this. But for this one, just for testing purposes, we're going to place it up here. And from Beatsonic, the gain are set to 50%. Put those to 0 just to be safe. Okay, and adjust them to your liking. So just plug this in. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it there and going to put the car into ignition, and we have light. That's what we want, to have a light in there indicating that we have power. And if you have like other inputs that you want to install or control, you can use some RCA cable in here, plug into your MP3 player, your phone. Yeah, so you can plug it in there. So that's another way to connect it. So let's try this and play some music. And now we're gonna play some copyright-free music. So set up your volume to your normal highest listening volume. So in my case, 12 usually is my highest on this head unit. Let's do that. So now let's listen. So this is without the gain. So gain is set to 0. Now we're going to set the gain. So rear, we're gonna set it to 50%, or until you hear it, whatever's better. There you go. I want more. So about 60%. Now on the front, let's adjust that. Dang, that's a lot better. I can hear it. So about 40%. Let's do 50. Dang, that's a lot better. So let's do 50%. So I got 50% on the front and 60% on the back. And this is a lot better. This is an improvement over stock. So again, volume is 12 right now. Let's lower it a little bit. Yeah. Again, the bass, it actually picked up. So I can hear it a lot better now. So yeah, so this is very helpful. So yeah, so I'm just gonna finalize this, and basically that's it. If you want to purchase this, I'll put the link in the description below. Again, that minor modification that you need to do, that's the only thing that you have to check on your end. Make sure that gray wire, if you have a RAV4, check your pin out. If that red wire or gray wire, on my case, it is gray. If it's seated on the middle, or the second middle slot, you need to use the jumper. Okay, so yeah, so if you have questions regarding the install, feel free to ask me in the comment section. If you want to contact Beatsonic officially, just hit them up on their Instagram, on their Facebook. They also have a YouTube channel. You can hit them up on their social media channels. All right, so again, if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.